I think for me, the truly challenging times were, because something like we focused too much on growth and we had to scale back, or we tried a revenue stream and it wasn't ready yet, or marketing, et cetera. Those, you kind of figure that out along the way. I think for me, one of the biggest hard moments was more emotionally. Because as an entrepreneur, you've got like intellectual challenges that you're facing, and you're trying to learn, and you're learning how to manage a team and run a business and build a P&L and stuff like that. But there's also the emotional challenges that people don't talk about as much. And I remember, we raised money for a hair startup in Silicon Valley in like 2012. It was not, you remember, all the early times.
I said no, everyone said no, yeah.
Well, and
a lot of no's.
Yeah, it's a lot of no's because it was something that people didn't really understand, right?
It was also a real world business, which at the time you were very much in that sort of vanguard of companies like Airbnb.
Not sexy at the time.
And Uber, and it was like, you want to operate in the real world, make enterprise software. You're dumb for wanting to get out there in the real world and interact with customers.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's absolutely changed now.
Well, yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, thankfully, yeah.
But I remember a moment where we were trying to fundraise and things were hard, and we went and we pitched this VC. We had to fly to get there. It was me and my co-founder. We had like $100K in the bank or something because we had raised a little bit, but we were really running out. Maybe it was actually probably half that. And so it was like, okay.
Plane tickets cost money.
Plane tickets cost money. We're staying at the cheapest hotel in this city, but we were really nervous. And we went and I pitched this VC, and I know my data front to back. I know this industry. I'm so passionate about it. I put my life towards this. You pitch, and they were basically like, well, we want to see 10 times more data than you have, and you don't have enough information for us. We're not interested at all.
Yeah.
And I left, and it was like this emotional moment where I realized, or I thought, I'm not made for this. I'm horrible at what I'm doing. My company's gonna fail. And literally we walk out of the VC office. We walked maybe like 2 blocks down the street. And I keep it calm, cool, and collected 99% of the time.
Yeah.
And I literally laid down on the sidewalk, like in the middle of the sidewalk, in the middle of this busy city. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And I just burst into tears. And I cried for like 30 seconds. And then I look up and my co-founder's standing over me and he's like, are you done?
Are you done? We got work to do.
Like,
we got a meeting in an hour.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, just finish up. Let's go get a drink. We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
And we ended up raising money very shortly after, and that VC ended up going under.
Nice.
Shortly after. So, like, I think perspective and point of view and time, and I was so thankful that my co-founder, every time I've been fallen in a weak moment, he's been so strong, and I've tried to be the same for him.
Let me just take a moment to thank our sponsor today, which is Braintree. You know, they do mobile, they do billing, right? You just drop in a JavaScript code, and all of a sudden you can take any form of payment. All of the startups I invest in seem to use them, including, I think Uber was one of the early clients. And you can go to braintreepayments.com/twist to learn more. But you know, mobile commerce is booming here and abroad, and it's 1/3 of U.S. commerce sales now. Singapore, Hong Kong, similar numbers. UK, 1/2 of e-commerce is mobile now. So people, when they're buying, are buying off of their phones. And whether your business is U.S.-based or expanding overseas, you want strong mobile. So some tips: make sure your biz looks great on small screens. Obviously, be optimized for the iPhone and Android phones. And whether that's a mobile optimized site or an app, so many people build their website and forget to make it mobile optimized. Build a smooth and simple checkout process. The fewer times a shopper has to click, the less likely they're abandon their cart, and that's obvious. But a lot of people still make their carts too hard to process. Accept local currencies. This is a big one, and know how people pay in different regions, because people want to pay the easiest way. And credit cards aren't everywhere. You got to offer some of the alternative payment methods to reach more customers. That's where Braintree comes involved. They are a global payments platform, and they have been powering mobile commerce from day one. The API really helps merchants deliver simple, efficient purchasing process for every consumer on every device. Like when Apple Pay came out, for example, they had it like the next day. Or they probably had it 100 days early because they were probably doing it so early. Braintree is just a great product. A lot of my startups use it. It's very easy for me to read this ad and tell you it's a good idea to visit braintreepayments.com/twist.